Should I not rub my Buddha belly?
That's fine if you want to do that.
Running was an accident for me. After college, just really didn't have a sport or any activity, and got into my job and got into cubicle life. And then one day a coworker said, "Do you want to run a 5K tomorrow morning?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, I'll do that because I will totally die." And I was like, "I'm not a runner." I didn't stop, and when I finished, I announced to the finish line that I had climbed Everest. And I said, "When's the next one? I want to do this again."
Christine ended up running 25 races that year in 2007. By 2009, she ran her first half marathon.
I still wasn't sold on doing a full marathon. I thought, what's the incentive there? I get a medal, I get a shirt, and everyone, splits off to finish a marathon. And I would just wave "See you later, suckers." Why would you do that?
Christine soon learned exactly why.
It was my husband in 2009 who then, after seeing me run for 2 years, said, "Sign me up for every race you're going to do." And I said, "That's 29 races, and you haven't been running." And he said, "I know, it'll be okay." And so we started to get registered, and it was springtime. And he said, "You could run a full, right?" And I said, "Well, yeah, I could." He said, "You should, right?" And I said, "Okay." I found out that long running actually is very meditative, and it's very emotional to surpass, again, expectations of what you think you can and can't do. I'll never forget my first 20-mile long run and bursting into tears in the middle of my neighborhood and shouting, out loud, "I just ran 20 miles. And just started crying, and these two women are walking by, and they probably thought, "What a crazy person." It becomes almost spiritual, and you can reflect in those moments. I reflect on past races. Other times I'm more visualizing, where life could be going. And it's not I need to do this and I need to check something off a list. It just becomes anything's possible daydream almost. When I first found out I was pregnant, and I worked through my doctor with what would be appropriate, instantly it was no more building on my performance. So I could continue to keep the existing training that I was in, but I couldn't add to that. I got to run Chicago Marathon pregnant, and I was 8 weeks pregnant at the time. Ran a couple half marathons, and then 10Ks and 5Ks. What's similar between pregnancy and marathon is you can be as prepared as you think that you are. You can get through a training plan, do everything right, but day of, it will be what it will be. It is a little fun to pass people, and in general, in running and racing, I have to say, men take it the hardest when a woman passes them. They call it being chicked. And when you're pregnant, that just adds a little fun to it too. Everyone was so supportive, and it was amazing having so many people scream, "Go, pregnant lady!" And I felt like a superhero, like I should have a cape or something.
You said that, after you ran your first 20 miles,
yeah,
you started shouting in the streets,
yes,
maybe like a crazy person.
Mm-hmm.
When you get to the finish line of your pregnancy, what do you think you're going to be shouting, or how's that going to feel to you?
I think I'll have probably a very similar reaction to the birth of our baby. I've already said, yeah, you'll probably hear me shouting from the hospital, because it's just overwhelming. I can't even imagine. It'll probably be all my races wrapped up and then some to just be here at this moment in my life. I just never could have pictured it any better.